Hi, I'm Tim McGrath. What you're about to watch are interviews with the cast of the film Theater 9, a film that we made about my experience and some of my other fellow survivors of the Batman theater shooting in Aurora, Colorado. Thank you for watching.
Shootings are happening more and more, and it really affects people's lives. And I think that it's in the media when it happens for a few weeks and everybody's talking about it, and then nobody talks about it. It disappears.
Every day we see this happen, and it's infuriating and very painful to see.
Day by day, more Americans are going through this and having this experience. So for those of us who haven't, we need to know how to be there for them and how to support them.
The impact of the story, what it meant to me when I heard about it on the news, the idea that years later I could be a part of telling the story in a meaningful way was exciting to me.
The first time I read this script, I remember feeling about 75 different emotions, ranging from devastated to hopeful to encouraged. It was something that captured parts of the human spirit that I thought was really worth being a part of and worth telling.
And I really appreciated how Tim approached this with so much hope and so much love. I feel like it makes the whole story all the more powerful. Also, I need to stop and say how impressive it is just I guess just Tim in general. And it's one thing as an actor to come on board and to just prepare for your role. And then it's another thing to be an actor in a project that is asking you to go to certain depths. Add to that wearing the writer's hat, wearing a director's hat, and telling a very personal story and handling all of it with so much grace and generosity was a wonderful lesson and just really incredible to be around.
To me, the message is, no matter what happens to you, you have a choice. The character I play is somebody who says to his grandson, whom he loves very, very much, you have a choice here, open your eyes. He does it twice.
The other huge purpose of the story is for someone who has to see this and to understand that they aren't alone, because that was our filmmaker's experience. He went through this and felt very isolated and very alone and experienced, I think, a lot of what could only be called survivor's guilt, and that's very isolating. And I think once he became aware that there were other survivors meeting up and talking about and sharing their experiences and their stories, it gave him a support system. And that's really the purpose of this film, is to offer that support system to someone else who may have gone through it and now be alone, and to realize that they aren't, that there are other survivors that are talking and sharing and helping each other through this incredibly difficult experience.
The way the story is told and what Tim has brought to us and how the change that he is starting by creating this piece and this discussion is invaluable. And what I hope people will take away from this film is to make that connection with one person. It can be a family member, a friend, a stranger, but as long as you make that one true, real connection and have that discussion, that is what is important. It doesn't have to be this huge thing where you're out campaigning for change, or I think that's a huge reason why many people won't get involved, is because it seems insurmountable. It's something that they can't quite touch because they don't know how. And I think what's important to realize is that it starts with just that one conversation.